welcome. It's Thursday night, and it is live, and it is January the 4th of 2024, and you are tuned into the right channel right here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show live on Thursday night and in color, and it's a brand spanking new year, very first show of the new year for Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, and we welcome each and every one of you into our broadcast here tonight. No matter where you're watching from, if you're watching from your home, your automobile, your motorcycle, your scooter, your boat, your airplane, or wherever you may be, we welcome you to our show tonight. And if you're watching on Facebook, do us a great big favor, hit the like button, hit the share button. Let everybody know that you're watching Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show live and in color. And we're coming to you live tonight from our studio at Enterprise, Georgia, our studio at Thompsontown, Georgia, our studio at 100% Flamingo Boulevard, Georgia, and our studio at turn number 3 at the Old Rocket Speedway in Dothan, Alabama. Live all across the great United States of America and in foreign countries where it's legal and illegal for us to broadcast. All 57 states, 5 foreign countries, 4 sunken islands, and live and in color in the great state of Baker County, Georgia. We wish all of our friends and family up in Baker County a happy, happy new year. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the truth and nothing but the truth, and you will find out things here on this show that you will not find out on other news sources, but we're going to tell you the truth. We need you to understand this. If you do not subscribe to Common Sense Thinking, you might want to turn the channel right now. You might want to flip on over to watch Judge Judy or watch Oprah Winfrey or one of those channels. Why? Because this program is not going to be for you, and you may find it offensive because you're watching Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show live, nothing but the truth. And we're starting off a great big new year on a great big screen TV, 116.1 and a half inches in diameter, stretched out like nobody's business at our good friend Otto. Otto, we are live tonight at Otto's online self-prostate exams. Otto's online self-prostate exams. Otto's over-the-hill mineral oil and mustard tonics. Otto's obesity counseling and all-you-can-eat ice cream bar. Otto's one owner undergarment outlet. And Otto's on-site outhouse seat refinishing and Sears and Roebuck catalog recycling in Oclockley, Georgia.
Them folks at Oclockley know exactly what you're talking about too, buddy. I promise you, they know. Yeah. They've been there. They visit Otto's regularly.
Mm-hmm.
How many years?
Yeah, but it was kind of unique because when I was there, you know, Otto had all these computer screens, and they do online self-prostate exams, and they have cameras, and you about can't tell how it is. You'd have to show somebody how it was. So
it's like a digital prostate exam that you do.
Yeah, digital.
Yeah, that's that deal right there. In case some of you in Martha's Vineyard might be looking in and have no idea what that is. I bet they know what that is in Martha's Vineyard, don't you? I think Pete.
We welcome all of you tonight. We welcome all of you tonight. Give a big shout out to our sponsor, Otto, over in Oclockley, Georgia, as we start out the brand new year. Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show live and in color. Boys, it's hard to believe it's already 2024. 2023 is in the rearview mirror, and we have started off a brand new year.
I'm glad to see it, man. I'm glad to turn the leaf, man. You had to turn the page. Move on. Let's move on. You ain't going to get nowhere by standing still, staying where you are, and doing nothing. Wishing and hoping will not get it done.
You got to be moved. You know it's going to be a good year, but one of the first things you see on the news is Brother Al Sharpton's up there. Going to revive DEI. And for us rednecks, that is not Dale Earnhardt Industries.
That's exactly right. No, we the fault, man. White folks is the fault of everything. Now, according to Reverend Al, not according to me. I'm talking about what Reverend Al says. All you got to do is listen to him for about 30 seconds.
That's
and
right.
You'll understand right where his bread is buttered. Right where it's buttered. Anyway, we have to put up with folks like him. We don't have to tolerate them, but you have to put up with them. That's what I say. You don't tolerate them. Tolerance. You need to earn somebody's tolerance. You have to just put up with him until somebody gets tired of listening to that mouth of his and tells him to sit down and shut up. And I don't know who that is. That ain't gonna be MSNBC or CNN or ABC. Ain't gonna be none of them. Ain't gonna be none of them. You know who's got? I saw him on there tonight. He was running his mouth tonight, had them lips moving tonight, jacking them jaws. And there was a black man on there talking about how he's a race hustler. He's a race.
I saw the same interview. He's a race hustler.
He had him pegged. He knew who he was because that guy had seen folks like Al Sharpton his whole life, and I have too. I've seen him. I know.
And he was proud to see the fact that in the recent months, some of the polls show that the black vote, which was 87% for the current administration, President Biden, has now shrunk to support of 63%. He said, maybe we're at the threshold of folks waking up and seeing what's really going on.
They need to. Anybody listen to Al Sharpton, anybody out there that is listening to that, if y'all listen to Al Sharpton and getting your encouragement and your advice from Al Sharpton, you are barking up the wrong tree. You have got your head stuck down in the outhouse toilet seat. That's where your head's at. Because you learn more from that than you will from Al Sharpton. Promise you.
Wasn't there a story about Buki getting his head caught in the outhouse? Didn't that happen one time to Buki?
Another fellow, but that's too bad a story to even tell right there about that. That was another fellow. It was one of Buki's uncles, and it was pretty bad.
Oh, it was one of his uncles.
Yeah.
I guess. I didn't know. I just was. I mean, I wouldn't try to set nobody up.
I know
was
what you're
just,
trying to do, Marvin. I know exactly what you're trying to do. So you just move on. Move on.
That's what you call talking to you blue in the face.
Hey, we want to speaking of moving on, we want to give a shout out to Mr. Levon Nichols. The poor man had a root canal
Marvin,
today and is watching.
Stop this. Miss Levon Nichols, if you will. Come on, Marvin. You need Marvin. You need to ease back. Ease back on the throttle. Now I know you're upset with all your family and all that. You need to ease back on your throttle, and you need to do your research. Research is very important, Marvin.
Well, you need to read the post that is up here because Levon said, hello from Albany, had a root canal today, so couldn't wait to see y'all. Maybe y'all can help this pain I'm in.
Mrs. Levon Nichols. Thank you. Okay.
Well, Mrs. Levon Nichols, then
this is probably the last time we'll ever see her on the air right here on account of you out here. Have you ever seen him do that, Queasel?
Just like going off the high.
Working without a net. That's his logic in life. Working without a net.
Hey, ain't no. Listen, that's right. That's why I don't buy a vehicle with emergency brake on it. Ain't no need to have no emergency brake on no vehicle.
You know what Marvin reminds me of?
What's that?
The little bitty fella they used to stuff in the cannon at the circus and shoot out the cannon.
That's me.
He ready to go? Put me in, coach. Yeah. Put me in. Yeah. Boom. Anyway, Mr. Vaughn, I know you very well, and I'm sorry that to pain you in. That is a bad situation to be in, and I hope we can make you feel better. And anyway, I'll get Marvin straightened out. So just bear with us, stay with us a little while there. I'll get Marvin straightened out.
Hey, think about this. We could become the equivalent of Demerol for folks. They don't have to take Demerol. All they got to do is turn on and watch us, and they'll laugh and we won't have to. They won't even have to
Don't
take
even
no
have no
medicine.
prescription filled out.
I ain't never heard nobody say we was the equivalent of Demerol, but I have had a couple of people tell us we was a good substitute for X-Lax when they needed it.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, that's about right, Queen.
It's good to have Queasel back too. Let me say that.
Yeah, good to
see
have
him
him back, man.
in
He's been everywhere.
Well,
Been down
Yeehaw
there.
Junction.
you go to Yeehaw Junction. You know, I have to go down there and see my constituents every now and then. I'm down there in the presidential suite. Down there, they had me all fixed up. Everything good. Everybody needs to go down there to the Yeehaw Junction. They got a spa down there. Got hot water. I'm telling you, it's nice. Nice.
I have never been to Yeehaw Junction in my life.
See, when you get up in the world, you can.
You don't know. You don't know when you've been there, and it won't take you long to know how to get out either. So
You'll share that hot spa he's talking about. You might have an alligator or crocodile run you out of that little old spa. So I've heard.
Charlie, tell them a little bit about our buddies over in Troy, Alabama.
Up in Troy, 231 and 3-notch intersection, folks. The best barbecue you'll find anywhere in the state of Alabama, Georgia, or Florida. He's got it. Got the great ribs. He has a secret he does with those ribs. I've kind of halfway figured it out, but it's the best ribs you'll have. Pulled pork, of course, chicken quarters, and it's all at Outlaws Bussin' Barbecue, and they're located, they were said, 3-notch and 231 US 231 intersection. You can't miss them. Great side dishes to go along with that great smoked meat. Things like you'll find great coleslaw, the best I've ever had. You'll find stew, and then there's baked beans, all kind of side dishes to go along with it. French fries, you name it, they've got it. Outlaws Bussin' Barbecue. Follow them on Facebook. Find out what's cooking each day of the week.
Charlie, I had this picture here. This has been a while back since you interviewed this gentleman. Has
he
it
was
not?
actually watching us last Thursday night. He popped up on my page, and he watches us from time to time, and I want to say hello to old buddy Wendell Cooley. And yeah, that one, that right there's the latter part of 1988 or the first part of 1989, probably up in Birmingham. But
the Wildcat.
There's him. That's the one.
Wildcat Wendell Cooley.
So if Wendell's watching tonight, hello, down there in Milton, Florida. And here's something that Floyd and I can relate to more than anybody else on this panel. That's when racing was racing right there, Floyd, don't you think?
Good Lord have mercy. Is that Junior Johnson?
That is Junior Johnson in his early days with a little 427 Chevrolet.
63 Chevrolet, 427.
That was before racing got woke up.
Well, what racing now?
Yeah, they'd be better to go back to sleep.
It's when the best man could cheat.
That's right.
The best cheater was the one that won the race.
That's what it was all about.
Mm-hmm.
But they could drive too. Not only could they drive fast, they could actually drive.
Now, this is this little wrestling history and gospel music history. Look right there. It says who the lineup is: Dixie Echo, Steve Sanders, Wendy Bagwell, and the Sunlighters from Atlanta, Georgia, Troy Lumpkin, and the singing wrestlers, Dick Dunn and Don Carson. Or the gospel sing in Panama City, Florida.
Man.
So, I've told that story before and folks didn't believe me, but there's a newspaper clipping right there.
$2 to get in. $2 to get in, and they sang till midnight or 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, Charlie, speaking about gospel singing, here's the album cover of the mayor of Colquitt's great grandma and granddaddy, an album that they had, The Sounds of Calvary. I'm assuming that was in the early 70s.
It's been in the 70s sometime.
Sometime of that nature.
Yeah. That's Miss Annie Pearl on the right.
That lady right there is.
Looking at the model.
That lady's Miss Annie Pearl, Kenny, and her husband was on the back cover on the little short man there, Mr.
He
E.V.
drove the
Clinton,
bus.
and
I don't think EV can
that was
sing,
their
but he
group.
drove the bus. But Miss Annie
Yeah,
Pearl,
he was
Miss
the
Annie Pearl
manager.
can sing and she can still pray for you. If you ever need
Amen.
somebody to pray for you, you look up Miss Annie Pearl Clinic here in Concord, Georgia, and she won't say, "I'm gonna pray for you." She's gonna pray for you at that moment. She's gonna put
Right
her
there.
hands on you and she's gonna pray for you, and you gonna feel it. So
Amen.
Yeah,
I'm a real
Floyd,
faith
man,
right there, y'all.
that was in the
Floyd, that's
glory days of gospel music right there. Now,
Oh man, please! They had them some loudspeakers and some microphones on a bus. What kind of old bus is that, Mark?
that's what I
that
was
is
going to ask
that's
you. If you ever auctioned one
that's
off
a
that old
GMC.
a
A
GMC?
Yeah,
GMC.
that ain't an Eagle.
I
No,
know.
That's a GMC. It's either a 4104 or a 4106. It ain't a Buffalo, but it's one of them. But it ain't an Eagle. I know that. It's a
got
And
GMC.
Miss
good
Annie
fuel.
Pearl's husband, Mr. EV, had that motor slung a rod between here and Bluntstown, Florida, somewhere. He would have had it repaired and running in time for them to get to the show in Bluntstown, Florida.
Mm.
I'm telling you, they wasn't nothing, man.
Mhm.
He was nothing like a man. Man, that's the glory days right there.
Wow.
Woo.
Yeah. Hey, I see Stevie Donnelly is watching, and Stevie and them have been sick. And I know his wife's been, and I think she's still in the hospital because he said Miller County Hospital. So, Stevie, if y'all, I know y'all are watching. We praying for y'all. Y'all here every Thursday night. I know y'all had COVID, and I think your wife's got some blood clots, and we praying for y'all. Hope y'all get better.
It's good to see Dr. Philbo Grice back with us, as well as the Colonel, old Jesse Scott from down in Geneva County, and a host of other folks is checking in here on the Facebook page. Good to have everybody with us tonight.
We got company here tonight with me. I got company
You
tonight.
got distinguished company right there with you.
I got extinguished company here with me tonight. Not only distinguished, he's extinguished. That's better. Y'all see him right there? Any of y'all out there watching us tonight, I know some of y'all know who he is. Y'all had some dealings with him. If I may, Marvin, or if
Hey,
you got something else we need to do. You're the director.
no, no, no. I said what we could do. That could be the trivia question tonight. Who is
Now,
Floyd's
you wouldn't
guest?
you wouldn't even get that off your lips before they be done lit his head. But I got my friend, and very close friend of mine, and he's Wayne Goocher. He's from Early County, Georgia, Hentown, Georgia, if you will, is where he calls home. And he has come tonight, and him and his lovely girlfriend have graced us tonight at our table. And we had, shrimp night tonight. We had the shrimp. We invited him to come eat supper with us. Goocher was here tonight, and he's just a pleasure and a joy to be around him. Goocher Farms in Early County up there, pretty good sized farm. Him and his son, they row crop up there, and just getting filthy rich row cropping.
Woo, we
Filthy
done gone to
rich.
live now.
He don't know what he gonna do with all that money he got. But Goocher is he is a hog harvester.
He's pretty much the head of it.
You what, Queezer? Queezer
I said
froze
he's
up.
pretty much the head of all the politics in town, ain't he?
Yeah.
Mayor.
He's sheriff, mayor. He writes you a speeding ticket or he'll tear one up. Don't matter what it is. But he's a hog.
I heard he was the political power
He's a
up
hog
there.
procurement professional, and
No, that's professional, but I work on it.
he works on the hogs. He works on hogs and the deer population. These farmers are just the hogs and the deer just eating up everything they grow. And Gucci's got some thoughts on how we need to pull your chair up here a little bit, Gucci, so we can get a little bit closer here so they can focus in on you. How deer, they deer everywhere. You see them all side the road, tore up automobiles everywhere. Front, you read in the Miller County Liberal, they put the accident reports and that deer everywhere. Goocher helps with the deer population also, and you have to keep a lid on population because if you don't, it gets out of control.
That's right.
It gets out of control, and the Goocher's got a theory about deer hunters, if you will. And we have a lot in this area, don't we, Wayne? If I'm right, we have a lot of deer hunters that come in here like from Florida.
They like antler soup, and it don't taste good to me.
Antler. They looking for antlers.
Yeah.
And they come in here, and are these poor people looking for something to eat, Wayne, or what?
Nah,
You wouldn't classify them as
$20,000
big.
and $30,000 on corn hunting for a deer, and they run it out in front of the cars to get up here,
Oh,
tearing the vehicle up before they can get in the woods.
so Gucci's got a theory on it about the antler. And what's your theory, Gucci? What do they need to try to be doing to control the deer population so that there won't be so many inbred deer and deer population just out of control? What do these lawyers and doctors and stockbrokers and all out of Florida need to do when they come up here? What do they need to do?
They need to take some meat home with them. We need to get a bunch of them. I think they need to have a limit on you got to kill so many does before you can kill a buck.
Now that makes sense.
Maybe 10 does before you can kill a rack deer.
That makes sense. But
And they need to have an open season year round for a year or two, and it still wouldn't hurt the population.
it wouldn't touch it, would it?
No.
What's the most deer you've ever seen in one of your fields at one time, Wayne, that you could count?
175 to 200. I can show you right now tonight if you come right out in the woods with me in the field.
Do y'all people hear that out there? That's listening out there. That's not aware of what's going on in the farming economy. With how many? Just think about how much crop they can destroy in one night. 150 to 175 he sees in one field. Now, how much crops can they destroy?
They ate up my peanuts this year. I worked on the corn, and they'll actually eat up your cotton too at the young stage of cotton, and they'll eat the cotton off of the bowl.
They're getting that cotton seed out of there.
Yeah.
They'll eat it.
They'll eat up anything. And I believe they're trying to outwork the hogs on the peanuts, digging them up and eating them as bad as the hog roots them up.
So, see, y'all learn the information. See, some of you people from Martha's Vineyard that might be animal lovers, and what y'all need to do up there, all y'all animal lovers, you PETA folks especially, come down here and trap you a bunch of them deer and take them home with you.
Oh, yeah. And you had to move off of Martha's Vineyard.
There wouldn't be nothing left of
No
Martha's
place to
Vineyard.
live,
There would be nothing left. They moved it up.
Well, and not only that, but then look at the other. Quizzle, what would you say probably on an average of a year out of the wreck calls that go out of just the Miller County 911, how many of them are deer
We run
accidents?
more this year than we've ever run because now all these vehicles is set up these smart vehicles, and anytime you hit a deer in these cars, the way they build them now, you have an airbag deployment. Well, when you have an airbag deployment, it sends an automatic signal to dispatch fire and rescue and ambulance and all that. We've run so many. I think I'm gonna say we've probably run. I'm scared to even say. I was looking through it today. I didn't distinguish down to deer, but I would say they'd be a big part. I looked at 14.6% of the calls we run this past year were vehicle accidents without injuries, and I'd say 80% of those were deer calls. And it's like Gucci was saying, it ain't just during deer season. This is year round.
Year round. They don't just get out during deer season and roll around.
Let me say this is not just Southwest Georgia. I live within 1 mile of Dothan High School. I'm in the country, but in a residential area too, 1 mile from Dothan High School. I had to stop and wait for 6 to cross my driveway before I could get to the house the other night.
It's
it's crazy.
It's coming home to you too. These
too.
people in these cities and all that thinks they're immune from this. You're gonna wake up one morning, they're gonna be in your yard out there, eating flowers up, and you're not gonna be happy. And whatever you do not feed them. And whatever you do not feed them because they will never go away. You will have to call somebody to come and take them out because they'll hurt you if you keep feeding them.
That's right.
You walk out there without some feed one day and you see what happens to you with one of them young bucks out there or one of them old bucks. He'll put you on the ground, have him antler stuck in your side.
We worked a couple of really bad wrecks a little earlier this year where people tried to swerve and miss the deer. And they overcorrected, swerved, flipped, rolled. Most everybody now, they got these SUVs and they top heavy anyway. And you going down the road, 55, 60, 65 mile an hour, and a deer jump out in front of you, your instinct is to jerk that wheel if you don't roll it, you're gonna be lucky. So they're really causing a problem. A couple of weeks ago, we flew two out
Mm-hmm.
because of hitting a deer. We so it's it is a very serious situation. And I had a farmer in my office today that just said almost the exact same words Gucci just said about what they're doing to the crops. Almost the exact same word. He lives on the south end of Miller County, and it was almost word for word as to what it is. And but
And here's another thing, Gucci. I got a guy in my church that owns a deer processing. They're killing them because he's had to shut down twice because he couldn't take any more. He shut down before Christmas, and then this past weekend he had to shut down again, and they're having to take them to Bainbridge. So I mean, people are killing them, but there's just so many of them.
Well, they not near as cute as you think they are, if you've had an encounter with one with your automobile, you realize pretty quick they are not cute. Yeah, I know the good Lord put them in for a reason, but we got plenty of deer. We got too many deer, and we got too many hogs.
I got an idea. Gucci's got the best idea. Kill 10 before you go for the antlers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But here's another thought. With every busload of illegal aliens we have coming into this country, when they're sent into one of these sanctuary cities, why don't we pop enough caps on them to put about 100 deer in the bottom side of that bus, and whatever town they take them to,
Yeah,
they have something to eat for a while.
drop them there, then they won't be hungry. You won't have to feed them.
That's right.
You won't have to feed them. They feed themselves. So
That's right.
that makes sense to me. It can feed. You can feed all of them. Yeah, feed them.
Hey, see it. Queasel, tell them about Phillips Auto Parts and the holstered 9, if
so
you will.
we just been sitting here talking about what we need to do with the deer. The folks at the holstered 9, they got the everything you need to handle that deer situation. They got every kind of gun that you could ask for. They got all kind of ammunition. They got anything to do with your personal safety. It looks to me like we're gonna have to go to defending our own border. So you might want to go talk to them. You might want to go get ready. This thing's getting serious. There ain't nobody gonna stop all these illegals from coming in, and I hope and pray that it never happens. But we live in a world where it is a real possibility that one day you might have to protect you and your family.
It's a situation.
Go and see these people, and go and talk to them down there, and talk to Johnny and talk to Key, and they got anything you want there in the gun store, ammunition, and then if you step over to the parts house, all your automotive needs for your cars, trucks, farm supply needs for your tractor, all your greases, your lubricants. They got them world renowned Floyd B. Lloyd rabbit pellet grill. I think they've even got a couple of new flavors of rabbit pellets that they've done brought in here. And you need to go see them. Miss Key's got some very nice gifts down there for the ladies. They just good people trying to work and bring in and make an honest living. They ain't hard to find. US 27, just south of town, right under those two beautiful American flags. Go see them.
Hey guys, our good friend Southern Hissy Fits on the square in Colquitt, Georgia. 229-726-4825 is their number. They're on the southwest corner of the square. All your embroidery needs, t-shirts, tumblers, gifts. They have their own line of Hissy Scents candles. Go by there and see Miss Vicky at Southern Hissy Fits, and she will get you hooked up. Any kind of vest, jackets, raincoats, caps, anything you want embroidered, take it by right there, and they will do it at Southern Hissy Fits on the square in Colquitt, Georgia. And they are the sponsor of our trivia time here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. And guys, we got a different kind of trivia question tonight. I need you to text the answer and your name to 229-254-5060. It's on your screen right there. I got a unique one. We're going to do some Dirt Road Sports history tonight. Dirt Road Sports history tonight. Many of you are aware of our cousin Bookie. Cousin Bookie. And many of you are aware of the fact that Cousin Bookie spent a lot of time at Uncle Dump's house in Echo, Alabama, and got inebriated in all of his homemade wine. Here is the trivia question tonight. Who is Uncle Dump's wife? What is Uncle Dump's wife's name? Dirt Road Sports aficionados, you ought to know this. This is the trivia question for tonight here on the Southern Hissy Fits Trivia Time on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. The number's on the bottom of your screen. All you got to do is text me your name and the correct answer. Our cousin Bookie, Uncle Dump. Who is Uncle Dump's wife? What is her name?
Maybe a while on that one, Marvin.
Uh-oh. Let me look. We got one coming in. No. Brian Pickle said Helen. It is not Helen. Helen is over our complaint department.
Yeah.
It is not Helen, but we're looking for the correct answer for Uncle Dump's wife. What is our Uncle Dump's wife's name that lives in Echo, Alabama? You know, Uncle Dump raises all of that muscadines, and he does all that wine over there for all the Catholics and Episcopalians in the Echo,
So they have the devotional. That's devotional wine.
Did we show the picture last week of Bookie's prize deer that's in front of the store up there at Echo?
We didn't see it. We didn't see that last week. I don't know if
Marvin got it. The picture of a car in the store in Echo. I sent you that.
Yeah, I don't have it with me. I'm sorry. I forgive. All right, wait a minute here. All right. We have had a bunch coming in here. David Kimbrell from in Gainesville, Georgia, he sent in and said Ain't Pet. Now that was a good guess right there. Ain't Pet. That was
Pet Ledbetter there.
Huh?
Yeah, Pet Ledbetter.
Ain't Pet. Uncle Jersey and Ain't Pet.
Booger Snodgrass said Mary Lou, and that ain't right. And you will never guess who the winner is. We have a winner. I think he has won 432 mugs.
Didn't we have a limit on that at one time?
Yeah. Oh, we did. And hey, here's an Albany, Georgia one that has won. Emmanuel Hare actually got it right, but he don't count.
So real.
I mean, him and every member of his family and extended family's got a cup. So Billy Pate came in right behind him out of Albany, Georgia. He's got the right answer. So even though Emmanuel Hare was the winner, Billy Pate has never won. And so the answer is Uncle Dump and Aunt Scrap.
Listening now. See, a lot of people they come to the Dirt Road Sports shows and listen to us, and they're laughing so hard they can't get the whole story. They just laughing at bits and pieces of the story. If they could hold it until the whole thing hits them, man, it would be like an explosion of laughter.
And Aunt Scrap was a real person, and her real name was Scrap. She was my aunt.
Ain't nothing but the truth, man.
Yeah,
that's
and
all we
she
tell.
would scrap in a minute.
Hey,
get us in a line. I'll buy you a Coca-Cola next time I see you.
Yeah. Well, we'll owe Emmanuel a Coca-Cola rather than a mug. We'll give him
tomorrow. Now let me tell you something about Emmanuel. You know, he was in there when we were doing the radio hosting. You know, that job we got fired from, that non-paid job we got fired from. He got me one night. He got me, and he put me. Man, I mean that. He put me on. Y'all remember that night? When he got up in that
remember.
You couldn't.
He was talking about.
Yep, I remember it well.
about what he bought Bookie. You know, he bought Bookie.
I remember it.
I mean, that was quick. Now, let me tell you that man was on. He was on his P's and Q's. He was dialed in. But when he hit that, when he bought his friend Bookie a motorcycle, I said, "Ooh, it was a story."
I believe that's the first time I ever seen you couldn't say nothing. You couldn't say
nothing. I love it.
That was what I was going to tell Charlie. I said, Charlie, if you ever seen Floyd, he was lost for words. It was
Hey,
that
was
night,
it
I
kind of
promise.
like bringing up the Battle of Floyd Town and asking him about that?
Yeah, the alligator shoes,
Pretty
something like
much.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
I
But
bet
what
Gucci.
made it so good is when it stuck. When it stuck, old Shadow was up on that stage and that grin come across his face. He grinned
Yeah,
about like, oh,
he
he
knows.
know he had
He
him.
knows he done sent him
And it,
home now, buddy.
and it was at
No,
a real show. It
No,
wasn't at a
no, it was a
it was a
rehearsal.
real
show.
show. That was that one of them unscripted moments, and he
That's
nailed it.
what we got in trouble. One of them things we got in trouble about.
That's Yeah, that's probably
But
what
you
we
couldn't
got
write that
put
in
us
no
on the
script.
way out part of it.
There wasn't no way you could have
Yeah.
wrote that in no script.
Hey, here, I know she's watching Rojo Man.
Yeah.
Here's a picture that goes way back right here.
Oh, look at that one.
She's ready to go, ain't she?
That's her.
Yeah.
That's her right there. She's about 12. She's about 11 or 12 right there. And that one on the left there with them old big ears is Jabbo Henry. And that one on the right is Jabbo Henry's brother.
Let's see him.
Jim, I think is his name. Is that right?
Ken.
Ken, yeah. Ken, that's right. But that's Rojo in the middle right there.
Yep,
And I don't know what she done to that, and with his head cocked sideways as he's got his hands on her handlebars there. I don't know what she done to him when the man quit taking the picture there. But I imagine she got his hands off of her handlebars on her little Honda 50 or whatever that was.
She
But
was
that's
one
her.
of the first.
That's hell on wheels right there now, y'all.
That's what
Ain't
I've.
nothing changed with her since then.
She was one of the first original women daredevils that I remember. That
Yes,
I know
sir.
was.
Yes, sir. She'd have that thing scooting all over Carver, Georgia on that little motorcycle. Wow, wow, wow. Man, please. Rojo, you remember that? You remember that picture there, Rojo? I guarantee you.
All right, Charlie. Here's the picture right there. That was in Echo this
That
past
was
week.
one of Bookie's deer this year, and I see he's trading cars. He no longer has a 1990 Lumina. He's up in the world now.
He's done advanced, but he got him. I can't. Is that a trophy deal or is that just a regular deal?
I can't tell.
I can't tell what it is. That's which his back end. They got his head hanging off the front there.
And
But
you
that's him.
wonder,
That's
Any,
Bookie right there.
and you
any
wonder,
deer to Bookie's a trophy deer.
is it a legit hunter or was that roadkill? But you know,
No matter.
That
Gucci, I
right,
could
Bill
get.
Fender had a dent.
I bet.
I bet it. Bookie ain't deer hunting.
would agree.
Bookie ain't got time to deer hunt, man. No.
Well,
Bookie
and
puts
look
his
here,
snuff on the deer. With as much snuff as he dipping and spewing snuff and spewing spit, he'd run every deer with every deer within 200 acres would be gone from there. Because the first thing he gonna do is gonna blow that, put that stream out there.
Oh, God. Oh, Floyd, I
He got
need
to
you
go
to
to
tell
the
them
meat
about our
house,
good buddies at Sawega Meat Company.
So we can meet company right here in Miller County, Georgia, right about near the Early County line, Early County line. So we can meet company. Got the freshest meat you ever want to see in your life. Hand cut ribeyes, hand cut fillets, hand cut steaks. You got good smoked sausage. They got good bacon. They got some good pan sausage in there, smoked pork chops. Got all kind of condiments in there. They got all kind of sauces, all kind of jams and jellies. Some of the best meat you'll ever put in your mouth from Sawega Meat Company. Y'all go see them up there at Sawega Meat Company, halfway between Colquitt and Blakely, Georgia, on Highway 27, right on top of the hill up there. You'll see them in the big wooden building right there. Y'all go in there and do business with them. If nothing else, just go in there and tell them you heard about them on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports. And if you buy something, they'll give you a 10% discount for just saying you heard about them. You heard about them on the Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. But go in there and check that meat case out. Tell them what you want. If you see some meat in the meat case that you don't like, or it's too big for you, or it ain't enough, tell them exactly how you want it cut. They'll go back there and cut you a piece of meat, come out there and show it to you. Says, is that what you want right there? And you say, yes, it is. And you wrap it up. They'll put it in a shrink wrap for you, wrap it up, bring it home, cook it and eat it. Some of the best smoked sausage you ever had in my life. Some of the best steaks. I'm going to tell you how good they are. I gave my sister-in-law and her daughter, some steaks over Christmas, and I gave my man here, Wayne Gucci, a steak over Christmas. He hadn't cooked his yet. He said he's so full of black-eyed peas and collard greens and cornbread that he ain't been in the market for a steak, but he said he's fit to get that thing thawed out and put it on the grill and cook it. But it's good meat. Y'all go see him. Go check him out so we can meet company.
Floyd, you sent me a picture this week of Yemenis chewing cat. What is cat? We talked about the Yemeni people last week and how they were, but what is KHAT, cat?
Cot. It's not cat, it's cot. Cot.
Cot.
It's Yemen. And for y'all people that might not know where Yemen is on the bottom side of Saudi Arabia. So if I'm gonna give you an image that you could relate this to the people of Yemen. I'm gonna put an image in your head. Imagine, if you will, an outhouse sitting out there. Okay. Saudi Arabia is the outhouse. Yemen is the droppings under the outhouse. Have I made that clear? I sent you a picture of some of them, I think, of some of them industrious Yemenis. But Yemenis, and they chew this khat, K-H-A-T. It is a hallucinogenic, it is a narcotic, and it grows. It just grows freely there. They cultivate it. They've destroyed the farms. They don't have any farms there anymore. They grow khat, K-H-A-T. It's a leafy substance like chewing tobacco, like a cud of red man in your mouth. And they chew that stuff. They as bad as Buki is with that tuberose snuff down in his mouth. They keep a cud in their mouth all of the time. And now these are the people that have stopped, if you will, the shipping coming through the Red Sea. The Yemenis, the Yemenis, the droppings under the outhouse. That's equivalent in humanity of who they are. And they have stopped the shipping, sending drones over to attack the shipping and attacking tankers and attacking container ships with fishing boats. And then fools on the container ships and on those oil tankers will stop and let the Yemenis board the damn boats. Board the boats and take over the boat and take the boat somewhere and hold it for ransom until the shipping company pays them some big ransom. You could annihilate them. You could vaporize them. I tell you what I could do. I could take this man sitting right here, right next to me, right now, and he could take one gun out of his arsenal, and you could put him on the bow of that shipping container ship or that oil tanker. He could eliminate your problem. You wouldn't have to pay him no ransom. I tell you what you could probably do. It's what you probably could do. You could probably pay Gucci about. How much Gucci would it take for you to go over there? It'd take a lot now.
It'd take a lot to get
he
me
said
to
it'd
go
take a lot
out of Hentown district.
But he can solve the problem with one of his rapid fire weapons that he had that he procures pork with. He's a pork procurement expert. So he can take at it, but that's him. They got a cud of that stuff. They chew it all the time, and they were so stupid. They are still so stupid. They are about 6 months past, if you will, the Stone Age. That's where they are in mentality. They in Saudi Arabia, they're working. Let me tell you, when I was over in Saudi Arabia, I'd see them out there. They would be digging ditches or either busting rocks with a sledgehammer. And even the Saudis made fun of them about how stupid they were.
So he could be a hog and deer and a Yemeni procurer.
He could procure Yemenis, I guarantee you.
They don't need to come in my yard.
They don't need to come in. Don't go to Hentown.
We could start up a new state of Hentown, like state of Patriot.
If you got taken over, I'll tell you what. If you're a Yemeni and a Hutu, that's what they call the Hutus, if y'all will. The Hutu terrorists. If y'all got your sights set on Hentown, forget it.
You would before you come over.
Hentown.
Gunspoke.
Guys,
KWG.
We want to give a shout out to Mr. KWG Plumbing, Mr. Wayne Garney, LLC. He is licensed in the great state of Georgia and in the state of Alabama 24 hours. Mr. KWG Plumbing LLC, new construction, existing construction, industrial, commercial. Here's a picture of him working down on the coast right now, doing some brand new plumbing on a brand new house that's being built somewhere on the Gulf. I'm sure we're going to be hearing from him in just a few minutes, and he will tell us exactly where it is. But hey, one call does it all. KWG Plumbing LLC, Kenneth Wayne Garney. Whether you're in the state of Georgia or whether you are in the state of Alabama, call him at 229-220-6694. Queasel, what's his motto one more time?
If you ain't flowing, he'll get you going.
That's the call right there, Mr. Wayne Garney. And we are joined by him right now on the phone. Brother Wayne, how are you?
Yes, sir. Doing good, loud and clear. Yes, sir.
I hope you had a good New Year. Happy New Year to you. Saw these pictures that you had of this new construction right here. Tell us a little bit about it.
Marvin, I can't see which picture. I'm on my phone. I can't look at the screen and talk on the phone. I can't.
Well, that's what. Yeah,
we work several places. Is it one on the coast?
Yes, sir. It's a 2-story house on the coast.
Yeah, well, as far as I can go with that one, the owner's from Decatur County, and we pulled some strings and did that one, so I can't go too far in.
I got you.
But, it was a good job, beautiful job.
Yeah.
Right there on the coast.
What's been
busy? God's been good to us, man. We all over the place in 2023. I tell you what, we just been very blessed and thankful.
Well, that is good. What about fishing and hunting?
Okay, I got my report ready. Yes, sir. No deer or fish for the KWG crew. But although I do have fishing reports from other locations, Chattahoochee River, nothing on catfish. Flint River, catfish in the deep holes, speckled perch out in the stumps. Flint River and Newton, catfish on limb lines. Lake Eufaula, speckled perch all over the lake, different spots lake-wide. We trying to go. We just have to work and pay the bills first, before we can get out there on the water.
I'm with you, brother. Well, maybe you'll have an opportunity to go this week and can give us a report. We appreciate you letting all of our viewers know what the reports are coming in from all those waterways. So if they decide they want to get out on the water this week, they'll know where they can go and what to fish for. Anything you want to leave us with, brother?
Yes, sir. I got 2 different words of wisdom tonight. If you got a minute, I ain't robbing you for too much time. Words of wisdom first from a simple man. Love God first. Say your prayers with great faith in the Lord. Keep a smile on your face. Keep smiling through the pain. Be a blessing to people. Help somebody if you can. Fishing quotes from Captain Hook. Be patient and calm, for no one can catch fish in anger. Nothing makes a fish bigger than almost being caught. Most of the world is covered by water. A fisherman's job is simple. Pick out the best spot.
Good deal, brother.
Fishing is good in troubled waters. Man, we appreciate y'all. Happy New Year. Thanks for the ad. And, if somebody gives us, call us, text us, I'll return your call and work you in the schedule as soon as possible.
Brother, we appreciate you. Have a blessed week. We'll look to hear from you next Thursday night.
All right. Thank y'all so much. Over and out.
Yes, sir.
You know what, Marvin?
Yes, sir.
He's his own best advertisement, because the man that won't lie about fishing, you need to get him. He's somebody you can trust.
He's
never
honest,
got me on there and said I ain't got that. I'd have made up a lie about some kind of fish and found a picture somewhere that I caught, might have been 10 or 12 years ago, but I'd have had a picture to show. That man will not lie about fishing. I can't.
Now,
Queen,
are you saying that there are?
That's one thing about our show here is nothing but the truth. And if we have somebody on our show that's telling falsehoods and fictitious stories about fishing, it doesn't sit well with us. And for some reason, people like that kind of get weeded out. You know what I'm saying? But with him, with that fisherman there, nothing but the truth, man. That's all we are. Nothing but the truth. But we have had people on in the past that embellish things.
I sure am glad.
Wait, now, I gotta, he's a man of the cloth.
I ain't called no name. Now, Marvin, you already jumping to conclusions. Man, if you would just restrain yourself.
I would take it a little further, Floyd. I would go to a court of law and swear on the Bible the man showed the same fish for 2 months.
In a different ice chest.
That's right.
We ain't calling no names out.
No.
We got a good fisherman. We got a good fishing report. I don't want to change nothing. Plus, he is actually paying us, to advertise for it. We got nothing out of the last fishing report that we had on there. Nothing.
Floyd,
Not
tell
even
us
a
about
single.
this. Tell us about this right here. This meal.
Yeah, that's my neighbor, next door neighbor over there. They got him some deer hamburger steaks, got some rice, look like some glazed onion. Now, I don't know what that is in the middle of that. What is that? I look like some kind of greens or something in there.
Collard greens.
Collard greens. He got it going. That's my neighbor. That ain't my lawyer neighbor now, Billy Shingler, if you wondering about that. That's my neighbor that actually works over here next door to me, young couple. But he's a deer hunter, and he shoots them does. He'll get him a doe. He goes for the meat. He gets he does it with a bow and arrow.
You see,
Wow.
Now,
you see where Shingler say he that tonight. He coming in hot from Kirkland Creek. I bet they over having prayer meeting. What you imagine?
They're having a laying on of hands.
Yeah,
and you know what they're laying their hands on? You know what they're laying in them doughboys and them French fries and them fried brim over there and all that kind of stuff. That's what they're laying their hands on. I wonder who says the blessing. I wonder who says the blessing over there with that creek. Who gives thanks? I'd like to know that.
Charlie says they talking about something to eat. Tell them about a good place to eat called Moby Dick.
The folks at Moby Dick have been on vacation for the holidays, but they're back in style. That means this Sunday you can go enjoy that big Sunday buffet at the Moby Dick Restaurant, 27 in Colquitt, Georgia. Best selection you'll find of not only vegetables, but salads to go along with it. And then you got the great dessert table, and you got the great banana pudding, coconut pudding, you name it. And if you grew up with it and you're anywhere within the sound of my voice, they'll probably have it on the buffet this coming Sunday. And buffets during the week as well. Moby Dick Restaurant, the best food you'll find anywhere in the Wiregrass region. Highway 27, just north of downtown Colquitt, Georgia.
Guys, we want to give a big shout out to one of our sponsors. Been with us ever since we started. March will be 4 years ago that we started this online show that morphed into Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show live on Thursday nights. We started out on Saturday nights, moved over, but Mr. T.C. Berryhill with Berryhill Auctioneers has been with us since day one. He's a good guy. World-class auctioneer, world-class auction company. Most everything they do now is online and all over the United States, all over the world, if you will. And he is a great guy. Copper Mountain, Colorado, Metro Atlanta, Georgia, wherever he might wind up being tonight. If he's watching, we send a big shout out to our good friend Berryhill Auctioneers, as they are the sponsor in perpetuity of Floyd's short list.
Let me ask you this, Marvin, before we go to the short list. What about our folks over at the Ziggy B seafood place?
Let me run the ads. You do the short list. I'm gonna get the ad after you do the
You
short
ready
list.
to the short list? Yeah, no. Floyd's list is the crescendo. What you want?
No, it ain't the crescendo. We go. The crescendo is when the fat lady sings when we hit the button to go off the air.
So what am I supposed to do? What do you want me to do?
I want you to do the short list, and when you get through with the short list, then I'll tell you.
But it's not the short list anymore, Floyd. It's the Floyd's list of impossibilities. Man, if you don't get back in your studio right where you can get your notes and get your folks back tuned in, dialed in, you need to get your crew dialed in, Mark.
Get your mind right.
None of us can help you with that. That is your deal.
I got you. I'll have them. I tell you what, next Thursday night, I'll have them all dialed in, right to the dial.
If you don't, the wheels is going to run off the whole thing. I'm going to tell y'all, wait a minute, I'm going to tell y'all something I saw today. Me and Nadine had to go to the doctor over there in Dothan. We went to the same doctor. and it got us the same appointment at the same time. We were going through Donaldsonville, and there's a train that comes through Donaldsonville. Some of you people in Donaldsonville that might know what I'm talking about. There's a train that comes through there, and it's got at least 150 train cars behind it. And I don't know what they haul in them things. It's like train cars that's got vent notches cut in the side of it. I think it's they haul vehicles or whatever.
That's
But anyway,
right.
that thing come barreling through, and we got there just about the time right there at the church there, the Church of the Nazarene, where that railroad crossing is. About the time it went across, I said, "Woo, we got it made." So anyway, because it take you 30 minutes to wait there for that thing to come by. It's so long. So we pull on out, hit 84, going west towards Dothan, Alabama. The train tracked right along Highway 84. Right, you see it all the way. So we going along there, cruising along about the cotton gin. I see the train start slowing down. I said, "What in the world wrong with the train? Normally they pick it up speed, man. When they get that cotton gin Johnson seafood out there, they smoking it." We get on up there a little while, and I notice the train has stopped. It stopped dead in the track. So we go on up there, and I see the locomotive. We go by the locomotive. This train is heading west. We go up there about another half a mile, and there's another train with about 50 cars on it heading east. That right there. That's before you get to Sappho now. That's between Johnson Seafood and Sappho up there. So I mean, because this is not far past that area there. So I thought to myself, now we got a Mexican standoff right here. Nobody knows which way to go. Somebody's got to blink, man. And I know that 150 car train, it ain't got nowhere to go. And I said, now this one that's heading east, it can go back up here to Sappho's and back up and go back toward the paper mill and back out of the way. But I've never seen that before in my life. They was right there. It was a standoff. Two locomotives face to face on the same single railroad track. And they run it. I'm telling you what, I don't know. I'm gonna tell you what that is. That is that falls under the heading of our Department of Transportation.
I knew he was going to.
Pete Buttigieg.
That's
That is
him.
totally his responsibility, right there. He's running the show, y'all. So this is an example of what's happening when you have a complete idiot lunatic running something. This is what you have. You have two trains headed head on, and nobody knows what to do. All right, Marvin, we'll get along on here now with the list of impossibilities, if you will. All right. Floyd's list of impossibilities. Impossibility that any job in the United States of America can be more dehumanizing than to be a Secret Service agent guarding Hunter Biden. Can you imagine anything any more dehumanizing than that? Guarding Hunter Biden. Let's go back here on that one. Okay.
Hey, if you were a Secret Serviceman guarding Bill Clinton, you got to go to Epstein's Island.
You don't get to do nothing with Hunter. You just have to stand back and watch Hunter. Okay, impossibility that any human being on Earth has lived a more aimless, meaningless, pointless, useless, worthless, purposeless, hollow, empty, and vapid life than Hunter Biden. Do y'all know anybody who's lived in there's nothing. He has no redeeming value whatsoever. Okay. It will for you. And impossibilities. And this is happening right here in our country as we speak. Impossibilities that opposite cultures can coexist peacefully on the same soil. Won't happen with it. A sheep and wolves cannot coexist peacefully other than in glory on the same soil. Same thing happening here. Okay, impossibility that there has ever been a bigger scam on the world than the climate change prophets.
Hmm.
I got some more. Impossibility that Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg buying 2 children will ever make him a father. He bought him 2. Had him 2. But he had to take maternity leave, afterwards. Impossibility that any civilized society, I'm getting deep with y'all tonight, any civilized society will survive when you have ignorant people silencing wise people.
That's a good one.
Point Al Sharpton.
Good point.
He's the loudest voice that there is in the house. That's ignorance silencing wisdom. Impossibility to negotiate with people that are delusional enough to be impressed with themselves. Have you ever tried to negotiate with a person that's delusional with themselves? Hard to do, man. Can't do it. Impossibility that anything is more stupid looking than a white person trying to do rap. That's some of the stupidest things I've ever seen in my life. White, no, here's what's even worse than that is white people at a rap concert. Have y'all seen how stupid they are? All they can do is jump up and down. They just jump up and down. Like they on a pogo stick. That's all they do. Up and down. And oh man, they all in it. I said, good God, how stupid can you get? Impossibilities that radicals, and I don't mean to sugarcoat it, but I will. Impossibilities that radicals like the Clintons, Barry, Barack Hussein Obama, Al Sharpton, Nancy Pelosi, Al Gore, and John Kerry will ever just go away. We stuck with them, man. They here. They here. And they have offspring.
Like hogs and fire ants.
Here one. Impossibility. Yeah. Like
Preach it,
fire.
Gunther.
That's exactly what they are. They're like fires. Yeah.
Preach it, Gunther.
Impossibility that any of the Free Palestine protesters, y'all seen them? Y'all seen them protest, stopping traffic, stopping, going across the bridge, or stopping at a highway, or going into the airport? Y'all have seen them. Everybody, all y'all out there, Free Palestine. It's an impossibility that any of the Free Palestine protesters have a business or have a job. None of them. Here's one right here. And I notice this all the time. Impossibility that sports betting on your phone. Y'all see them? Y'all following me now? Are we all on the same track? Sports betting on your phone is going to end well for people placing the bets. I got one more. This is next to the last one. Impossibility that the Department of Transportation Secretary will ever lose a drop your drawers contest. An impossibility that Joe Biden can go 8 hours without having a bowel evacuation in his Depends. I'm done. I'm Floyd. I'm done.
All right, Floyd. Now you may do Ziggy B's
You're
advertising.
gonna have to do it. I'm spent, man. I'm burned out. I'm done burned. I'm gone. I'm done. You're gonna have to do it, Marvin. I can't do it. I don't have I don't have the.
Well, you're gonna have to muster it up. That's what you get paid for.
This shrimp was good.
Well, hold on. I'm gonna give y'all. Tell us, Gucci, what we have for supper tonight.
This shrimp head had prepared for us for dinner were good tonight from Ziggy B.
Got them from Ziggy B's. They were just as good as they could be. They were sweet. Gucci said he liked them just the way we cooked them. They were good, fresh shrimp. Everything you get at Ziggy B's is fresh. You don't have to worry about where it comes from. You don't have to worry about it coming in here from China or Afghanistan or somewhere. It's fresh seafood. Comes off the coast down here in Florida. She goes down there on Wednesday. She loads that truck up and it brings home about 400 or 500 pounds of mullet. And I don't know how much salmon and catfish and seafood and shrimp and scallops that she brings in, but she brings it in. It's all fresh seafood at Ziggy B's. Ziggy B's in Colquitt, Georgia. Ziggy B's Seafood Market in Colquitt, Georgia, on Main Street, right next to that big Ford dealership. You can't miss it. Right behind the Hardee's hamburger place there. You cannot miss it. Y'all come to Ziggy B's in Colquitt, Georgia, and get you some good seafood that you can eat, and you lay down and go to sleep, and it won't tear your stomach up.
Kelly's Crop Insurance. I want to say hello to the folks at Kelly's, and if you're in the farming business, I don't have to tell you how important crop insurance is. And they've been in the business, doing business, since 1995. Check them out this crop year, Kelly Crop Insurance, Colquitt, Georgia. Now, the weather forecast, I'm going to disagree a little bit with what we got on the screen. I'm going to say Friday night, we got a real good chance of rain spilling over into Saturday. Tomorrow night into Saturday, temperatures in the 60s, and then comes a big question mark. Monday, showers and thunderstorms. Monday night and Tuesday morning. They have been putting out all kinds of chatter on the possibility of severe weather, more than usual. So that's going to be something you need to watch. You need to know exactly what's going on with the weather starting Monday all the way through Tuesday, because chances of severe weather coming up, cools back down a little bit. We're in the 50s at night, as low as 32 on Wednesday morning. And that's a look at your weather. Thank y'all for watching. We appreciate y'all, and continue to pray for this nation. Queasel, good to have you back.
Man, it's good to be back. I'm glad been traveling and doing a little bit of Christmas celebrating with the family and all. Just had a good time. Always look forward to Christmas. It's just a special time of year, but glad to be back. Glad to see everybody. Appreciate y'all watching. We love y'all. Hey, just remember one thing. What happens here ain't got no bearing on what we living for. We living for what's going to happen after we leave him. So don't worry about what's here. He got it under control. We know the man that's got it. We just got to trust him and believe in him. And he's going to look after us. I promise you he will. Ain't nothing to worry about there. We love y'all. Thank you for watching. Floyd?
Yes, sir. Always. I'm going to leave y'all with the same thing I always do. Always exercise your Second Amendment rights. I'm exercising mine as we speak. This man sitting right here next to me, he's exercising his. I mean, probably everybody y'all see on the TV screen right there is exercising their Second Amendment rights right now. You have that right to do that. Keep exercising your Second Amendment rights. You never know when that might be the only thing that stands between you and your family's safety. Exercise your Second Amendment rights. Be vigilant of your surroundings. Know what's going on around you. Watch and be cautious of the people that are around you and what's happening around you. And surround yourself with like-minded people. Surround yourself with like-minded people. And if you get in a situation where you are confused about what kind of people that you're around, leave. Get out of there as quick as you can. And when you lay down and go to sleep tonight and you put your head on that pillow, you start thanking the good Lord, God Almighty above, for what he's done for you today. And you'll go to sleep and you'll still be thanking him. Good night, y'all. Appreciate it. Good night.
Guys, thank you for joining us. We appreciate each and every one of you. We want to wish all of you a happy, and safe new year. We love you. Appreciate you joining us each and every Thursday night. You know what I'm going to tell you. Sunday's coming. Go to the church of your choice. Worship the Lord. Give him the due. Look to him for all the leadership, guidance, and direction in your life. I don't know if you can tell it by our show, but we are very proud to be people of faith. We're very proud to be people that support our country, and we are Second Amendment believers here at Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show.
Tell them what's going. Tell them what's going on at Flat Creek Baptist Church Sunday morning.
Oh, thank you, Charlie, for reminding me of that. If any of you would like to come and be a part of it, we're going to have actually not only Dove Award, but she's been nominated for Grammy Awards. Karen Peck and New River will be in concert Sunday morning at Flat Creek at 10:30. Sunday morning at Flat Creek, 10:30. Karen Peck and New River in concert. You don't want to miss it. If it's where you can come, you don't have a church home, come be with us. Our scripture for today is from the book of Colossians. Do not lie to each other, since you have taken off your old self with its practices and have put on the new self, which is being renewed in the knowledge, in the image of its creator. Guys, we love y'all. We appreciate you. Lord willing, and the creek doesn't rise, we're going to be right back here next week, same place, same time, for more Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. But until then, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, always be particular.
See ya.